A Lyman man arrested on attempted first-degree murder charge after stabbing a police officer with a knife. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, authorities say a 36-year-old Lyman man is in custody following the stabbing of a police officer Monday night. Lyman Police Chief Rob Hackett says an officer was dispatched for a call of shots fired in the area of Huntley Avenue and West P Street shortly before 8 p.m. and was attacked with a knife when he made contact with Jeremy Torres. Despite his wounds, the officer was able to detain Torres until backup arrived from Morrill and Mitchell Police, as well as Scottsbluff County Sheriff's deputies. Torres is being held on suspicion of attempted first-degree murder, use of a deadly weapon to commit a felony, first-degree assault on an officer, and terroristic threats. The officer was transported to Regional West for treatment of serious injuries. Investigation of the incident continues, and anybody with information on the initial call or the attack is asked to contact the County Communications Center at 436-6666. Well, the firefight against the smoky fire in the rugged terrain of Banner County, south of Melbeta, is now complete. Incident Commander and County Fire Chief Tim Grubb says containment as of Monday afternoon was 100%, covering more than 4,300 acres. State assets were demobilized from the scene over the past weekend, returning the final oversight of the fire to local resources. Grubbs tells KNEB News there could still be some areas still smoking inside the burn area, and while no assets remain on the scene, Banner County Fire will conduct period patrols in the area. We'll have more news right after this.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether it is building, buying, or renovating, we have the home loan or home equity line of credit to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Back. Western Nebraska Regional Airport will play host to a readiness exercise Thursday through Sunday being conducted by the 140th Wing of the Colorado Air National Guard. Wing personnel will conduct 24-hour training operations in a simulated combat environment, meaning the local community can anticipate an increase in flight activity and noise level during this period to include evening flying operations. U.S. Air Force Colonel Christopher Southard, the Wing's commander, said they have been preparing for the exercise over the past several months and plan to continue honing their warfighting skills. The multi-day exercise is designed to establish a learning environment for airmen to exercise their plans and procedures for upcoming deployments in an ever-evolving operational environment. He adds that the community's patience and understanding of these necessary training activities is greatly appreciated. Well, the Nebraska Department of Agriculture has confirmed the state's 9th confirmed case of the highly pathogenic avian influenza. The confirmed case was reported September 16th in Dawes County in a small backyard flock. According to NDA State Veterinarian Dr. Roger Dudley, the flock has been humanely depopulated and disposed of in an approved manner. Additionally, NDA will be establishing a 6.2-mile surveillance zone, as is USDA policy, around the affected premises. Poultry producers in the surveillance zone should know the signs and symptoms of HPAI and notify NDA immediately of sick or dying birds. The last case in Nebraska was discovered back in April. And a Nebraska man who maintains he wasn't even at the scene of a 1999 shooting he is convicted of being involved in was denied a pardon Monday despite having support from the victim's family. Ernest Jackson asked the Pardons Board to intervene in his case because 2 other men who were charged in the Omaha shooting of Larry Perry were both acquitted, and one of those men took responsibility for the shooting and testified that Jackson wasn't there. That man claimed he shot Perry in self-defense and was found not guilty. But by that point, Jackson had already been convicted of murder, and he has now spent the last 22 years in prison.
Why love a rain garden? Let me count the ways. Rain gardens contain and filter water runoff while recharging our underground water supply. They provide habitat for birds, bees, and beneficial insects. Native perennials give 4 seasons of color and texture, beautifying a home while increasing its value. Established gardens are low-maintenance, low-water landscape features, colorful, functional, and sustainable. Rain gardens, brought to you by Tri-City Stormwater. Our water, our responsibility.
I really like how our OB department takes our limited amount of doctors and turns it into a strength. Even though we only have a couple of people, you get to know them well over your entire pregnancy. We have 2 state-of-the-art labor rooms that are new with our last addition. We have a couple of very nice postpartum rooms also right here in the hospital, so they can get as much time with mom and baby as possible.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the FNBO Ag Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
To keep cattle in a specific area, fences are vital on the range. Mitch Stevenson, Nebraska Extension Range and Forage Specialist, has been testing the virtual fence technology at the Goodmanson Sandhills Laboratory.
Testing virtual fence technology, which is relatively new. It's been getting, I think, a lot of interest from folks, but essentially similar to a dog collar. But this works with GPS, and so with that we were able to build a fence on a computer and change it relatively quickly. And those cattle are given an audio cue as well as a mild shock if they continue past where that fence is at. And so we're looking at how cattle are able to adapt to that type of system, and been seeing some fairly positive results in terms of they're really able to learn to turn back from that audio cue, and have had very minimal that haven't responded positively to it.
Stevenson says it's a learning process for the cattle, but most respond well.
We have a few that it's taken a little bit longer for them to kind of get it, but overall I'd say 90-95% have learned within just a couple days to associate that, so they listen for that as to where that fence is. And so if you move that fence, then they know. And so the idea is that it could cut down on labor cost of building electric fence and being able to move cattle without that added cost.
Yeah. Will livestock producers be able to get rid of permanent fences soon? Stevenson says not yet, as they are still doing research at the Goodmanson Sandhills Laboratory.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated, and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scotts Bluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
let's take a peek at what's happening on your midweek community calendar. The Community Calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. First State Bank is now Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the same people you know and trust.
Panhandle Trails Intercity Public Transit, based in Alliance, Nebraska, is the only intercity bus serving Nebraska Panhandle communities and Pine Ridge, South Dakota. Panhandle Trails operates a regularly scheduled bus service, assisting you in making connections with Greyhound bus partners, regional airports, healthcare, employment and education opportunities, shopping, family, friends, and more. Panhandle Trails serves the general public of all ages and offers accessible transportation for those with special mobility needs. Let Panhandle Trails help you make your connection. Call 308-761-8747.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether you are just starting the business you have always imagined or looking to grow your existing one, we have a business loan to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And finally tonight, Nebraska's governor says he's in favor of General Election Ballot Initiative 432, which would amend the state constitution to require a valid ID to cast a vote. During a Monday news conference in Lincoln, Pete Ricketts says he's encouraging state residents to approve the ballot measure, and he explained his rationale.
The basis of our republic is knowing that we have secure elections. And certainly after the elections in 2020, there were a lot of questions raised about the security and integrity of those elections. Voter ID is one of the things we can do to help people know that our voting systems are secure. We've got a lot of voter integrity in them. So that's why I encourage it. I mean, you have to have an ID to be able to do just about anything.
He says if the initiative passes, he expects lawmakers would work on legislation to minimize or eliminate roadblocks for anyone who wants an ID for voting and other non-driving related purposes. Ricketts disagreed with those who say the lack of widespread voter fraud in Nebraska means voter ID isn't needed, saying the state needs to take steps to prevent such a problem before it starts, as rooting it out after the fact is much more difficult. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.